Hi, and welcome, John Morris Show on a Friday. Rainy Friday in Central Texas. Cool, 55 degrees this morning. For May the 1st. How about that? A little bit different, but pretty good front coming through. Supposed to end, I think, late this afternoon, maybe this evening. We'll see. Got a lot of baseball and softball schedules, so we'll see how that plays out. Right now, no changes in the schedule for Baylor baseball here in Waco. Softball is underway. They started last night. We'll see if that game gets played tonight out in Lubbock. But as of right now, no changes. And I would say, thank you, Lord, for the rain. Sometimes we complain about it when it's raining, but then we complain when we don't have the rain also. So here in Texas, here in Central Texas, you sort of learn never say no to the rain. So we'll take it and replenish everything around here. But it's raining pretty good this morning. Drive carefully if you are on the roads right now. And if you're on the roads driving right now, keep your eyes on the road, not on us. Just listen. But welcome in on a Friday morning into the TFNB studios on historic Elm Avenue in Waco, just off of Martin Luther King Boulevard and right across from, close to the historic suspension bridge. You know what I noticed yesterday, Garrett, and I hadn't really thought about this before.
What's that?
So from our studio where we usually park, I think you park like right behind the building, right? That is Bridge Street.
Yep.
And I never really made the connection. If you follow Bridge Street across MLK, it goes right into the historic suspension bridge.
Yep.
So I'm guessing that's where the name came from.
I was, yes, that. And I was honestly, so this is funny that you bring this up. I was walking in this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm looking over there, and I always am cognizant of the Chisholm Trail. Right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I literally park on the Chisholm Trail every day. That is remarkably cool.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
That is very cool. And then the great statues that they have over at Indian Spring Park on the other side of the river, really celebrating the history of the Chisholm Trail. That's really cool. That's
pretty cool.
That's good. That's a good reminder to remember that. All right. Here's what we have coming up in the hour. In a few minutes, we'll check in with Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. They open play in the NCAA Regional here in Waco, hosted by Baylor. Baylor will take on Tulsa coming up this evening at 6. Now, I started to say won't be affected by the weather. It would be an effect, but they can move indoors if they need to. Certainly would rather play outside, but they have the alternative of going inside the Hawkins indoor tennis facility. And so they'll play on time at 6 p.m. tonight. The Baylor women's tennis team is headed down to College Station. They will play a first-round game in the NCAA women's tournament there tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. against Wisconsin. So we'll talk more tennis. Michael Woodson will join us coming up in a few minutes. And then bottom of the hour, one final check with our man Ty Atteberry, former Baylor punter who has been on this journey across the Atlantic, literally transatlantic on his boat, the Waymaker. And he made it to his destination, which is the British Virgin Islands, where he runs a boat charter service there. If you're headed to the British Virgin Islands, look up Ty and look up the Waymaker excursions. But he made it there. So we had him on last Friday, and I think he made port in British Virgin Islands Saturday. I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. Saturday, maybe Sunday last week. And then from there, he wanted to get home and see his family in North Carolina, so made it back there. It really threw off his time zones, because you can imagine going across the Atlantic, you have no idea pretty much what time zone you're in, and you change and you change and you change. And he called in to be on with us an hour ago, so he's still a little bit off on his time zones, but he's in North Carolina, which would be the Eastern time zone now. So we'll visit with Ty Atteberry one final time, wrap up his transatlantic trip on his boat, the Waymaker, and just see what he learned. What did he learn from that? 35 days, I think, 37 days out on the boat. They were, last Friday they were in Barbados, right? They were right off the coast of Barbados.
Yeah, they just got to Barbados.
Yeah. And he said they were waiting for customs, and they were going to touch ground there in Barbados. But prior to that, it had been all on the Waymaker that whole time. So we'll visit with Ty Atteberry one final time about this transatlantic trip coming up in just a few minutes. Had a fun night at the Baylor Coaches Show last night. It was our final show of the semester. Great to have Ryan Murphy with us, interim men's golf head coach. He took over for Coach Mike McGraw and did a terrific job. Ryan did a really, really good job stepping in, tough situation. And Baylor finished 7th in the Big 12s, not advancing to the NCAA, so their season is over. But Ryan Murphy did yeoman's work. He was just back. So they finished in Hutchinson, Kansas on Wednesday and then drove back. They did the math, flying or driving, it would have been about the same amount of time to get to Hutchinson, Kansas. So they got one of those vans, Sprinter vans, I think, and drove. So they got back late night on Wednesday, and then he was on the Coaches Show with us last night. So appreciate him greatly being on with us. And then we followed that and ended, kind of put a bow on the semester with Doug McNamee, Baylor's athletic director. And Doug was just great. He is so personable. He is, he's got the fan first attitude and wants to make things so fan friendly at Baylor. And I'll tell you, Garrett, the most fun part of the show last night was with Doug were questions from the audience, and people were all over the place, with questions. And I let Doug look at them in a break beforehand. I said, "You okay with all these?" And he said, "Yeah, sure." And none of them were controversial at all, but they were it struck me how all over the place they were. Like Greg Manning was there, and he asked about the banners that are hanging in the Farrell Center, that celebrate, conference championships and all those things. Those banners haven't made the move to Foster Pavilion. There's also a Frank Fallon banner in there that I'd sure like to see displayed somewhere. Yeah. But they're still up in the Farrell Center. And Greg's question was, are we going to move those to Foster Pavilion? What's the plan? And that's a very good question.
I've never thought about that.
I know.
That's a great question.
Yeah, it's a great question. And it just struck me that that's like the sort of things that Doug deals with every day. Folks have their area of interest and their pocket of, kind of what they're passionate about. And they would like to hear from the athletic director on that subject. There's another thing going on right now where Bobby and Billy Glass played football here. Their dad, Bill Glass, one of Baylor's all-time greats, they would like to have a statue of Bill Glass. They've got the funding. They would like to put it at McLean Stadium. So we're sort of, going through that now to see if and when that could happen and where the statue would be best placed. What are the policies for athletics? What are the policies on campus? So we're going through that. So just another example of, just all these different things that Doug deals with on a day-to-day basis.
See, I knew there's a lot, but it's little things like that I don't even consider or think about, right? I'm thinking of bigger picture things because we're covering the sport and you're talking realignment, capital, and Doug's got to get involved with that. So that's where my mind usually goes with this. But all the little integral things, it's crazy to see how much he has on his plate and how much he has to navigate. But I think he's doing a really, really good job of that.
I do too. If people could have seen or heard him last night, handle all those very well. And Doug's not afraid to say, I don't know, but I'll find out. And that's what he said about the banners. I don't know. That's a good question. Let us look into that. We'll get back to you on it. And he will too. He won't just let it die on the vine. So that's what struck me last night about Doug McNamee being with us was just all the different, and I'm trying to think of what some of the others were, some of the other questions from last night, talking about Jerome Tang coming back and, everybody's excited about that. There were questions about, obviously questions about NIL. It's like there was one other thing that was sort of out there, just sort of different that we couldn't have anticipated. I can't remember what it is now, but he handled it all very, very well. And it was fun to have Doug on to wrap up our Coaches Show series for the semester.
One thing I thought was interesting this morning when I got up was seeing Baylor Athletics put out the picture of Doug and Miss Ann Evans for the perfect attendance. I thought that was really awesome.
Isn't that great?
Is this something that y'all traditionally have done? Is this new part of the fan first era?
I'll tell you. Yes, that's it. It's fan first era, but she was the first. Here's how all that came about. Ann, sweet Ann Evans, married to Roy Evans. A lot of you may know them. Roy runs the bookstore at the Herd Welcome Center. And Ann has adopted the Baylor Coaches Show as her own, basically. She loves the Coaches Show. She loves coming there, hearing from the different coaches, to the point that she and Roy had their 50th anniversary a couple of years ago. It happened to be on the night of the Coaches Show. They were at the Coaches Show on their 50th anniversary.
Awesome.
And this year, there was a couple of conflicts, like a women's basketball. The women's basketball banquet was on a Thursday night, and she had to choose one or the other. She was at the Coaches Show. There was another game at one point on a Thursday night, and she was at the Coaches Show. So this has been going on for several years. And last year, we made the point to, and thanks to Brent Grooms with Playfly, we said, hey, this is a pretty neat deal that Ann prioritizes this Coaches Show. Let's recognize her for that on the final show of the year. So I asked Brent, who's very creative. He came up with a plaque, basically a certificate, that recognized Ann, perfect attendance at I don't have perfect attendance at the Coaches Show. I missed 2 or 3 this year, but Ann does. And so made this certificate and gave it to her last year, and she just loved it. And so a couple of weeks ago, I said to Brent, we need to do this again for Ann. He said, oh, yeah, I'm already working on it. And he made this really nice looking certificate. You can find that post that you talked about. It shows her holding it, and you can look at it. It looks really nice. And it was just a way to say thanks to her, to recognize her. And I'm serious, she is there every week, come rain or shine, no matter what else is going on, fall or spring, she is there. So we appreciate her greatly. And it was nice that we could recognize her last night. And Doug made the presentation to her. And it is a pretty good picture, isn't it? Of she and Doug together.
It's a phenomenal picture. They're both just, you could tell they're extremely excited. Yeah.
And I would say this is something that we've sort of done the last couple of years, but it does fit right in with Doug's fan first era. So it does fit right in with that. And it was great to honor and recognize Ann Evans at the Coaches Show last night, to the point she says, Garrett, she says to me, I don't know what I'm going to do now that the show is over. I don't know what I'm going to do till August. And I said, Ann, you can find something else to do on a Thursday night. She said, I don't know. I'm just going to miss it so much.
Just anticipate for next year.
Right. So got to love her for that. So we appreciate Ann greatly, and it was fun to recognize her last night. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back. Let's visit with Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. They open play in the NCAAs tonight here in Waco. Maybe outdoors, probably indoors. They'll play tonight against Tulsa. We'll talk to Coach Woodson about that when we come back. John Morris Show brought to you by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank. They've got 7 convenient locations to serve you better. They are on the web at alliancebanktexas.com. Check them out. Recognized by Forbes 2025 Best In-State Banks. You'll see why if you visit one of their 7 locations around Central Texas. That is Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Take a break. Back right after this. John Morris Show on a Friday.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycat mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to centraltexascattlebaronsball.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. And welcome back, John Morris Show on a rainy Friday in Central Texas. Brought to you in part by the Brazos Landing, open today, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Great location there, rain or shine. I think a day like today might be pretty cool out on that deck if they've got the big garage doors up. It's cool. It's not cold. You can sit out there and watch the rain land in the Brazos River. But indoor locations also. The porch is a new location on the backside. Plenty of options there at the Brazos Landing, open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. So open for lunch and dinner today. Hey, and remember, graduation's right around the corner. Would be a great spot for a graduation gathering, but give them a call and make reservations now. 254-753-2778 for Becky or Claude Lindsay at the Brazos Landing, and tell them we sent you by. All right, there is tennis tonight, one way or the other, indoor or outdoor. Baylor men's tennis hosting NCAA first-round action, hopefully second-round action tomorrow. We welcome in Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach, on a game day. And, Michael, thanks for being with us this morning, dodging the raindrops. How are you?
I just got soaked putting up one of the signs outside for match day, but it was worth it. Excited to compete tonight.
Gotcha. Good luck. And we said you're going to play either one way or the other, indoors or outdoors. Looking pretty much like indoors tonight now?
It definitely doesn't look good for outdoor tennis today. With the first match between Auburn and Santa Clara is at 3. I would think almost assuredly they'll be inside, and then we'll have to wait and see. The radar doesn't look great, but the good thing is that we have unbelievable indoor facility as well, and Hawkins, and so we're excited to rock and roll tonight, regardless.
Very good. I mean, love the Hawkins, love that facility. That's how we've been able to host NCAA, even NCAA championships, by having that building available. It's different, though, isn't it? I mean, you're in your outdoor season. You have to go indoors because of the weather. It's just a little bit different.
It's a little bit different. I think, for certain teams, they don't play inside as much. I mean, for us, it's a little bit more comfortable because we're used to the facility, but it is a little bit of a different game style, cleaner conditions, a little bit faster, pace of play and speed of the ball. And so, some small adjustments have to be made, but it's a place that we like playing in. And certainly the tight confines always make it fun for the players and the fans.
That's true. And normally we'd have to limit the number of fans. I would guess that'd be the case if you have to go indoors tonight.
Yes, I think we'll probably try to pack it, for 400, 450 people will be about the limit tonight, but hopefully we get to that point. I know some of our biggest matches we've had lines out the door at Hawkins, and
Yeah.
I would fully expect our fans to show up in a big way tonight. It should be a fun match.
Gotcha. Very cool. Tulsa, a team you know pretty well. You see them on a semi-regular basis.
Yes, we play them every year. We rotate home and away, and then they host the All-American Championships, which is a big tournament every fall. They usually come to our fall event, so we're very familiar with their team. We played them in January, and we won here at home, but I would say they've improved drastically since then. They have a guy that is now playing in the lineup that wasn't before, and they just ran through their conference tournament, winning the American with four straight wins against I think 3 teams that had beaten them earlier in the season. So
Wow.
They're confident and hot. It's a tough first round match for us, and so we're excited. I think that's a great thing for the fans, But we certainly have to be ready for, I think, the toughest 4 seed in the whole tournament.
Oh, really? Yeah, tough draw then, huh?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
They're well coached and experienced, so it's gonna be a good match.
Got to tell you, I've got, when you mentioned Tulsa and we're talking men's tennis, great memories of Baylor's first ever team national championship was in Tulsa on their courts there in 2004. What a great memory that is.
No, it's incredible. I mean, I think the guys, on our team, the former players, everybody knows the history and just the tradition of success here at Baylor, and they led the way, first team national championship in school history. And so I think all of our guys that come in know that they have big shoes to fill, and that's why they come. They come because they want to be the best. They want to play the best and leave their mark on the history of Baylor tennis. So we've got some amazing predecessors that have done incredible things and have led to the success that we're having right now. So hopefully we can make some noise and put our names in the history books as well here this year.
Well, and you've continued that and built on that. 28th consecutive NCAA tournament appearance for Baylor men's tennis. That's a great legacy, isn't it?
It's incredible to think about, just especially with how tough it's getting now. There's so many great teams. There's so much incredible depth. Just the consistency that Baylor tennis is putting out, it speaks volumes to these young men and young women that are coming in and rising to the occasion. And yeah, it's a special place. It's an incredible university and athletic department, and so it's an easy sell in recruiting. But with the work that these young men, my guys, do to keep the legacy going and build on it is special. It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah, very cool. What about this time of year? I mean, it's win or go home time. Is there anything different in your approach, the team's approach, what you tell your guys? Anything different now than, say, a regular season match?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we're really playing to have another day together.
Right.
And so, for this team, this could be the last match this team ever plays together, the last time these guys all sit in the locker room together, play in front of our home crowd. It just means a little bit more. And they all take that very seriously. They all love each other dearly, and they want more time together. And so I think that's probably the biggest thing. But they also have big goals. They want to play on May 17th in Athens in the finals. And so, we, in order to do that, we have to kind of eliminate the ups and the downs and the emotions and maybe the off day, and understanding, different things are going to get thrown our way, and it's not always going to go how we want it to, but we have to continue to compete and stay focused and lean into the team aspect of what is typically an individual sport for them. And so it just means a little bit more right now. And my hope is, and I've seen this over the last several days in practice, that we're going to have a very focused, competitive group that's ready to do some damage together.
Very nice. Great regular season, great season continuing for you, and some Big 12 honors were handed out yesterday. Your team was very well represented there.
They were. It starts at the top with Devin. Big 12 Player of the Year is a major honor, especially when you've got multiple guys ranked in the top 10. I don't know how many nationally ranked players, probably 25, in our conference. So for him to go undefeated in singles and doubles play in the regular season of Big 12 play is really, really impressive. And I think he's very deserving of that recognition. really happy for him and excited that he was able to see the fruits of his labor there with some national recognition. And then, all the other guys maybe get a little bit overshadowed, but they had amazing seasons too. I mean, Jean Boer went undefeated in singles play and at the number 2 spot, and Connor, in my book, newcomer of the year in the Big 12. So it's just been a stalwart in singles and doubles with an amazing record. So for those guys, along with Dev, to be all conference in singles was amazing. And our 2 doubles teams, Alex and Jean Boer, and then Connor and Luke getting all conference doubles, very well deserved. And even Calvin and Devin went undefeated at 3 doubles. And so I thought that we did well in conference play. And so it was good to see the coaches from around the conference recognize these guys. I think they're well deserving of it.
Very good. Congratulations on that. So the schedule today, 3:00 for Auburn and Santa Clara. Have you officially moved it indoors yet, or?
No, it's actually an NCAA decision. So we have a committee on the grounds, the head referee and the facilities individual, the NCAA site rep, but they ultimately will call home base, and the NCAA will make that decision. I would assume it will come around noon for the 3:00 match. And yes, I mean, as I'm looking out the window right now, it's looking pretty rough out there.
Right.
But so it'll likely go indoors. That doesn't mean our match has to be indoors.
Right.
We can play outside, and so we won't make that decision until maybe 3:00 or 4:00.
All right. So folks, watch on social media, and BaylorBears.com will get the word out to you if that does go indoors. Then the 2 winners today would meet at 6 p.m. tomorrow. Tomorrow looks great weather-wise, doesn't it?
Tomorrow looks beautiful, and I sure hope we're playing in that match.
Yes.
That would be wonderful. I think the warmest part of the day is going to be 6 p.m. tomorrow night. It looks sunny. It looks like a great day for tennis at the Herd. And so, really would be an exciting opportunity. We've got 4 great teams here, and so whoever plays tomorrow is going to be deserving, and it's going to be great tennis.
Very cool. Look forward to that. Look forward to today and tomorrow. And I hate to make you look and think ahead, but if you had 2 wins here this weekend, on to the next round, sort of the super regional round, and you're matched with LSU. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes. So long way to go, as you said.
Right.
If seeds were to advance, then we would play at LSU next week, and ours is very difficult with, like I said, 3 great teams, and I think Auburn's 20 or something in the country, and so they've had a great year, and the SEC's tough, but LSU has a really tough group too with Pepperdine and Michigan. We've seen Pepperdine, incredibly talented group, and so both of us are going to have our hands full to try to get through to play each other next week.
Gotcha. Very good. Well, focus on this one tonight. I know you are, despite me trying to lead you astray, but good luck against Tulsa this evening. And you got a great season going. Let's keep it going.
Thank you. Last thing I will say is we're doing free Chick-fil-A for the first 300 fans tonight, and it is free admission. So it's all waived. You don't have to pay to get in. So well worth it. Hopefully we can get a great crowd. It makes a huge difference for our guys. So thank you for
That's
having me.
great. Thanks for that. Coach, thank you very much. Talk to you soon. Good luck. Michael Woodson, Baylor men's tennis coach. How about that deal? Free admission, free Chick-fil-A to the first 300 tonight. So 6 p.m. this evening, most likely indoors, but this could stop and they could do some magical work on the courts. They could play outside, but just watch social media and we'll get the word to you. If that does move inside, great to have the Hawkins indoor facility as an option. That, Garrett, reminds me of another question that was asked of Doug McNamee last night. I knew there was one in there, one that I wasn't remembering, but somebody asked the question, I think it was Michael Van Kelly, about would we ever expand the Hawkins indoor tennis facility? And so that's what I'm saying about the wide range of questions that we got for Doug McNamee, our athletic director, last night. That was one of them. His answer was probably not. We're in a lot better shape than most schools.
Facilities.
Oh, great tennis facilities.
Great facilities.
So, and those 6 indoor courts, that's pretty comparable to most everybody else. even to the point of hosting the NCAA Nationals, which Baylor has done and hosted very, very well. So that's just another example of one of the questions that Doug was fielding last night on the Coaches Show. So thanks to Coach Michael Woodson being on with us. Good luck to them tonight versus Tulsa, 6 p.m., 3 o'clock this afternoon. If you're interested, Auburn versus Santa Clara, the other first-round match here in Waco. All right, take a break. Back with more in just a moment. We're brought to you by Kish's Complete Car Care Center, family-owned and operated. They're at 5300 Franklin Avenue. They're open right now, 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. You can just stop in or you can call and make an appointment. They've got that great shuttle service. If you need to leave your car and need a ride home or to work, they'll take you there. They'll come back and pick you up also. So make it very easy for you at Kish's Complete Car Care Center. That is 5300 Franklin Avenue in Waco. Ty Atteberry is in the waiting room. We'll visit with him when we come back. He has concluded the transatlantic trip on the Waymaker. We'll talk about reaching the destination when we come back. John Morris Show on a Friday continues after this.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now, we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, team.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
It's the premier charity event of the year, the 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, presented by Ascension Providence. A fun evening filled with great food and drink, dancing, a spectacular auction, and more. This year's theme is Nashville Nights, Neon Lights, and Bullfights. Get your tickets now, donate, or be a sponsor. Help support the American Cancer Society to find a cure. The 2026 Central Texas Cattle Barons Ball, October 24th at MCC Highlander Ranch. For more information, go to CentralTexasCattleBaronsBall.org.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And welcome back. Rainy Friday morning in Central Texas. We appreciate your being with us. If you're so inclined, if you would subscribe or follow, we would appreciate that. We're here every weekday morning, 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. Also available archived on YouTube, on Facebook, on X. So check it out there if the 9 a.m. hour doesn't fit your schedule. We are brought to you every day by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank Central Texas. Also brought to you by Waco Foundation Repair, locally owned and operated.
That's David Maddox. Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle, one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do the job, they do it right. Give them a shout at wacofoundationrepair.com, and they'll come out and give you a free inspection of your property, your foundation. That is Waco Foundation Repair. All right, it's been fun over the last month plus to check in on Fridays with Ty Atteberry, former Baylor punter, set out on an excursion across the Atlantic. First heard about it, and I thought, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? But it's been great to be able to follow along and check in once a week with Ty, and thank the Lord they have made it safely, and you are safely. Look at you on solid ground this morning in North Carolina, right?
Back in North Carolina. Sorry for the boring backdrop. Sorry.
Hard to match the backdrops you've been giving us the last few weeks.
Absolutely. No, but it's good. It's good to be home. It's good to be with family and getting caught back up. But
nice. Very good.
Great adventure.
Good for you. So last Friday, Garrett and I were remembering you were in Barbados. You were right off the coast of Barbados last week. And then from there, when did you land in the British Virgin Islands?
Yeah, so it took us 2 more days from Barbados. So we were basically on the water for a total of 39 days.
Okay.
We were hoping that we would make it in 35, but the wind didn't cooperate with us. So we ended up motoring quite a bit. And the last couple of days, the ocean was just flat.
Really?
We only had like 2 knots of wind, but it was like we're in a big swimming pool. So it was in one sense it was great because it was just nice and calm. But for a sailboat, you want some wind.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very true. Well, to hit it within 39 days, you told us at the very beginning you thought 35 to 40 days. So you were right on target with that.
Yeah. Yep. We just kept pushing through. I think you kind of take what the weather gives you. Especially when you're in a sailboat. But we weren't planning on stopping in Barbados, but we needed to make a stop there to get extra fuel.
Gotcha.
And I'm glad we did because we got to see some very cool whales and we got to see some neat things.
Yeah, very nice. As you look back on the 39 days, any significant scares or issues that you had to overcome?
Yeah, we had a couple scares where we almost got ran over by one of these. I would call it a mystery oil container ship.
Oh, really? Oh,
that wasn't on radar, wasn't on AIS, and we were in the storm one morning. It was coming up behind us, and I had stayed off of all news and social media while I was on this trip, but apparently there are some shipping containers out there, or not shipping containers, oil,
yes,
being shipped around illegally, and I think we almost ran into one.
Oh man, we could have broke news there with that reporting that oil tanker. Well, so a close encounter with that.
Yeah, if we wouldn't have moved, he would have hit us.
Oh my gosh!
It was one of those. Just it was a God thing. I was looking out the back of the boat, and it was raining down hard, and it just looked like a big cloud on the water coming towards us. And by the time we could make out that it was a ship, he was probably a quarter mile behind us, and we had sails up. We dropped sails, powered up, got out of the way, and he just kept on going. He had one light on. No other identifying marks on this oil tanker.
Well, very good. You were a long way from the Strait of Hormuz, but nearly got run over by an oil tanker. Food-wise, you guys were okay? You were well-stocked leaving, and you fished along the way for 39 days. Food-wise, okay?
Yeah, food, it gets a little boring after a little while, kind of the, mashed potatoes, rice, you can only eat so many so long. So it was good to get home. And the first thing I did when I met my wife was, okay, where do you want to go eat?
Yeah.
We went and ate sushi, which was great.
Sushi. Yeah. That's kind of ironic.
Yeah. That's what she wanted to eat. So that's where we went.
Oh, that's fun. And you had a great post I saw on Facebook about some of the videos put together and sort of what you learned from this trip. Can you share with everybody kind of the overriding memory and what you learned from this transatlantic trip?
Yeah, I think the overall thing for me is just God's got a plan, and it's much better than our plan. And I would have never, in my planning, I would have never been able to pull this off.
Yeah.
And God was able to pull it off. And it's, I think that's just the overall arching, message that I've learned through this is that, God's got an awesome plan for us. And, life is so much better when we're in line with his plan versus us trying to, create our own plan and think that it's better than what he's got in store.
Yeah. What a great message. And you saw some amazing things, the sunsets and the sunrises and the dolphins and the whales and just the vastness of the ocean out there. I mean, you saw some things some of us will never see, but I'm guessing that gives you just a real appreciation for, for God's in control, like you said.
Yeah. And, his creativity, things like bioluminescence in the water that we talked about this a little bit, but that's one of the coolest things, just watching the water light up at night. It's like your own little, light show.
Yeah.
God was just having fun when he did that. He was like, all right.
That is so great. That is so great. So the Waymaker is safely in dock in the British Virgin Islands?
Yep, and first charter is going out today. So,
is it really?
Yeah. So that was part of the rush, is we had to get there in time for them to get the boat kind of turned over and ready for this first charter. So it's going out this afternoon on the very first charter. So
nice.
We got in there just in time.
Good. So if any of our listeners or viewers are thinking, British Virgin Islands sounds pretty good, they could find the Waymaker and maybe rent some time there if they go. Absolutely.
So it's in a program with Voyage Charters.
Okay.
But anybody's interested can DM me. I obviously have a lot of experience with the British Virgin Islands and that kind of whole experience. So if anybody is interested, reach out to me. I'd love to, share what I've learned over the years. It's a great vacation.
I bet it is.
Kind of bounce around from one island to a different island every day. Different beaches, different bars. It's just it's a fun experience for me. Part of the reason why we've gone back year after year is my day job. I travel a lot. And I have for 15 years. And so my idea of a vacation was always put my butt in a chair and how many books could I read on the beach. My wife, who was home with the kids, the last thing she wanted to do was just sit still. So this was kind of the perfect combination of you're in a different place every day, but it's still a very relaxing, just kind of chill vacation. And so it kind of checked the box for both of us.
How great is that? Oh, that is so cool. So another part, you talk about work, and another thing I think you said several times over the past few weeks is you were completely cut off, basically, weren't you? I mean, no work, but then sort of unplugged, I guess is the best term for it. How great was that?
It was great to just kind of just disconnect. And I think the other, big learning for me in this is a lot of people ask me, or I think we talked about this too, just courageous to go travel across the Atlantic. And the reality is a lot of people do this. It's not like you look at those AIS, there's thousands of boats out there. The big thing for me was giving myself permission to take this time off and just take time off from work and just focus on myself. And that was hard to do for somebody like myself that is so used to being in the game and playing and not wanting to take yourself out, is to just, realize that I needed a break and allow myself to go do it.
That's a really good message to all of us. So that's a good way, and you did that in a big way. And it's been fun to kind of be along on the journey with us. Thanks for playing along with us. I'm sure sometimes it wasn't real easy to connect and visit with us, but we've really enjoyed it. We showed a couple of pictures there, and if we have any more, let's pop them up to share these most recent pictures you shared with us. So is that in the British Virgin Islands?
Yep, that was stepping on land for the first time. So I got somebody from
Okay.
Voyage Charters to take a picture of me kind of stepping on land
All right.
for the first time in 39 days. That's a view of the British Virgin Islands, kind
Okay.
of pulling in. Very familiar waters for me.
Yeah.
Then just kind of reuniting with my wife when I got back home was great. And now I'm trying to get caught up with all the stuff that I missed for the last 40 days.
Fantastic. That is great. It just looks beautiful there. So, Ty, it's great to visit with you today. And it was great over the last month to visit with you every Friday. I don't know what we're doing next Friday, but it won't be as scenic and it won't be as exotic as the time we've spent with you. So we really appreciate it.
No problem. This has been great.
Come see us in Waco, will you?
Absolutely. I just heard, I was on the last segment, free
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. That's my type of event.
Come on, man. Tennis tonight. If you can get here by 6 p.m., we got free Chick-fil-A for you this evening. Brandon, there was one more picture. If you have it, it's Ty and his wife. If we can show that. How great was that reunion for y'all to get back together?
Yeah, no, it was great. Like I said, having Starlink was nice because we were able to kind of stay in contact with one another. But definitely nice getting home. And she's got a few honeydews for me to, check off this weekend.
Did they mount up a little bit over the last month?
Mounted up a little bit. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I've got some work ahead of me.
And tell me again, where in North Carolina do y'all live?
So we actually just moved to a little town just outside of, a lot of people know where Pinehurst is.
Yes, heard of
it's a
Pinehurst.
big golf community south of Raleigh. So we're
Okay.
about 45 minutes south of Raleigh in a little town called Aberdeen. And
very cool.
It's about 5 minutes from downtown Pinehurst. So that's what
Yeah.
most people are familiar with.
Very cool. That's great. All right. Well, come see us. We got a spot for you here in Waco at Baylor. So come see us when you can. And thanks again for all your time over the last few weeks.
No problem. Thanks, John.
All right. Thank you, Ty. Ty Atteberry, great to visit with him one final time for now after the transatlantic cruise. Should have asked him what's next. What's he going to do next summer? What do you do to top that? I don't know. But that's pretty fun that he was willing and able to share that with us each week, getting the Waymaker to the destination there at British Virgin Islands. All right, great to visit with Ty. Appreciate him. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look ahead. We'll wrap things up. We'll share some birthdays with you on this Friday, a rainy Friday in Central Texas. We are brought to you in part by Lake Waco Golf Club, a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course, plus a par 3 executive 18-hole course. Check them out at lakewacogc.com. They've got a bar and grill that is open to the public, so check that out at Lake Waco Golf Club. Thanks every day to the Brazos Landing and to Alliance Bank, Central Texas. Take a break and be right back. John Morris Show on a Friday.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
The Pete Souza Show, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. You want to talk NFL draft? I don't know. How about we get you Todd McShay? You want to talk Big 12? We can get you the commissioner. Somebody about the Cowboys? How about we have on the owner, Stephen Jones? Pop culture? Michelle Beadle. I mean, we will bring on the people that you want to hear from. And these people don't join us because of me. They join us because of you. You got to watch this show, okay? It's got everything you need. Sports, hijinks, laughs. Did I mention hijinks? We'll see you on the Pete Souza Show. Now we are under the 365 Sports umbrella. Check it out. I'm wearing a Tulane shirt. No idea why.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
I have a lot of friends reach out to me about buying vehicles for their fleet and their business, and I always recommend Allen Samuels. You see a lot of businesses running different brands, but I really think Rams are the best looking ones out there. They're going to take care of you. They're going to make sure that you get what you need, and they're always going to take care of you on the service side and the sales side.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
This year, I made a New Year's resolution. I want every business to own a new copier from CTWP. Call me, Leroy the Copier Dog. Let's get you a copier delivered today. CTWP, your local copier company.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. All right, welcome back. Final segment, John Morris Show on a Friday, brought to you by Alliance Bank Central Texas and by the Brazos Landing. A couple of things. We just get word that Baylor baseball will not play tonight. The game tonight has been postponed. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 2 p.m. And tomorrow should be great weather, great conditions. So we get a lot of baseball, 18 innings at least of baseball tomorrow at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. So game is postponed for tonight, doubleheader tomorrow beginning at 2. Series finale will be Sunday at 1 for Baylor and Texas Tech. So there you go there. Baseball pushed until tomorrow. We visited with Ty Atteberry last segment, and my fault not getting that picture to Brandon, one of our producers, to get it on the air. But here it is now. Here's Ty Atteberry and his lovely wife. There you go. Does that look in her eyes say, welcome home after 39 days at sea? So that's a great picture of those two. Thanks to Ty for sending that. And thanks to Ty for his time over the last month. Also, we talked earlier in the show about, Garrett, you brought up the presentation we made on the Baylor Coaches Show last night to Ann Evans for perfect attendance at the Baylor Coaches Show for, again, another year. So here's that picture you saw and you were talking about.
I love
Isn't that great?
That
Isn't
is
that
awesome.
great? So that's Doug McNamee and making the presentation to Ann Evans, and perfect attendance at the Baylor Coaches Show for another year. So well done, Ann. You were there more than I was this year, and she made a real commitment to do that, to be there every week. So thanks very much to Ann Evans. And Roy didn't miss many. Roy had a couple of conflicts, but Roy was right there pretty much every week as well. Steve and Diana Van Wagner were there pretty much every week also. So wrapped up the Coaches Show last night. Mention this, we are brought to you in part by Bumblebee Blinds, locations in Waco and Temple. Act now and get 30% off your order. Free consultations. They'll work with you to bring your vision to life. Call Kayla at 254-844-7939. 254-844-7939. That is Bumblebee Blinds. If you need some help in that area, they can help direct you, plus 30% off if you call and contact Kayla. So check that out at Bumblebee Blinds. All right, we like to do birthdays, share birthdays. May the 1st today. And how about this? It is Baylor President Linda Livingstone's birthday today. So happy birthday to President Livingstone. Great leadership of the university. That goes without saying. She is a big sports fan also. She played basketball at Oklahoma State. Her husband, Brad, the first gent, played basketball at Oklahoma State also. So she has a background as a student athlete, and now as the president of a P4 school, she's got that background of living life as a student athlete during her college days. And she just loves athletics. I mean, she and Brad were with us in Las Vegas for the Crown basketball tournament in early April. And one meal we were sitting there, and Brad was telling Pat and I, he said, I really love athletics. I love basketball, but she lives and dies with it. Like he was saying, she's a bigger fan than he is. So we certainly appreciate her in many ways. And happy birthday to President Linda Livingstone today. It is Matt Iazetti's birthday. Matt down in Austin, working there with UT, the UT Longhorn Learfield IMG network. And Matt was with us in a similar role and did a great job. Matt's a big a Baylor grad, a big Yankees fan, and now working in Austin. But happy birthday to Matt Iazetti. A little further south in San Marcos, Jeff Gandy's birthday. Jeff, former Baylor linebacker, does color on the Texas State football broadcasts. And always fun when Baylor and Texas State get together, his alma mater and the school, for which he calls the game. So happy birthday to Jeff Gandy today. I need to shoot him a text. Who else do we have? Oh, it's Rose Flores' birthday. Rose, her husband Emmett, worked for us in the ticket office for, I think, 40 years. He worked there, now retired, and he and Rose are an inseparable pair. They are at a ton of Baylor events, dinners, luncheons, games, just different events. So happy birthday to Rose Flores today. And I think that's it. I could peek into tomorrow, May 2nd. It's Kelly Moore's birthday today. Kelly is a very good friend, and he is our frequency coordinator. If you hear us say that on the football broadcast, Garrett, do you know what that role entails, frequency coordinator?
I probably should be in this industry. I would say like determining where it goes on the channels and stuff.
Sort of. It's wireless related.
Okay.
So these days with so many wireless signals, radio broadcasts, TV, with wireless mics, communications from the booth down to the field. There's so many, and you have to coordinate all that. Yeah. Otherwise you're all on top of each other. Believe me, I know we've been in situations where it was not coordinated well, but Kelly does that and does it for the Cowboys and every event at AT&T Stadium.
Oh, nice.
So you can imagine, you can imagine what that entails, and does it for us and does a great job. And Kelly has, as he's a TCU Horned Frog, and he has become a very good friend. So happy birthday, a day early. Maybe I'm the first to wish Kelly Moore a birthday coming up tomorrow, May 2nd. Happy birthday to Kelly. All right, we're going to pack up, move out of here. And again, no baseball tonight, postponed. Doubleheader tomorrow, 2 p.m., Baylor and Texas Tech. It'll be on the Baylor Sports Media Network and streaming on ESPN+. As of now, softball's still on tonight versus Texas Tech. 6 p.m., first pitch, game 2 of that series. I don't think I mentioned this earlier. That was after a 5-0 win by Tech last night over Baylor to open the series, a one-hit shutout by Kennedy for Texas Tech. So Baylor will look to get on the win column. Really well pitched again last night by Peyton Tanner, but Texas Tech scored late and won it 5-0. Game 2 there tonight. Game 3 tomorrow on ESPN at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon from Lubbock, and that'll wrap the regular season. Then softball's on to the Big 12 tournament next week in Oklahoma City. And remember tennis tonight for the men, playing Tulsa, 6 p.m. Outdoors if possible, indoors in the Hawkins indoor facility if necessary. Then with a win tonight, a second round matchup against either Auburn or Santa Clara tomorrow at 6. That will almost certainly be outdoors. Great weather predicted for tomorrow. Women's tennis headed to College Station. They'll play A&M tomorrow, 10 a.m. No, they won't play A&M. They play Wisconsin, hosted by A&M. That is tomorrow morning at 10 down in College Station. All right, thanks for being with us. We appreciate Ty Atteberry being on with us, wrapping up the Waymakers tour across the Atlantic. We appreciate Michael Woodson being on with us, Baylor men's tennis coach. We appreciate Alliance Bank Central Texas and the Brazos Landing, our title sponsors. And we appreciate you, most of all, for being with us, tuning in. Thank you very much. Have a great and safe weekend. Lord willing, we'll reconvene on Monday. Thanks to Brandon and Garrett behind the scenes. And thank you for tuning in. John Morris Show from the Rogue Media Network. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium. Enjoy homemade dishes like shrimp and grits, chicken piccata, braised short ribs, prime New York steaks, and more. Plus, enjoy a delicious dessert like creme brulee or key lime pie. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Brazos Landing in Waco, the only place where I-35 and the Brazos River meet.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
The Riesel Fair is back and bigger than ever. Bring the whole family for a day packed with fun, from thrilling rides, delicious food, local vendors, and live music Friday night. Saturday music begins at 2 p.m. Admission is $5 for adults, 2 to 12 years, $3, 2 and under are free. Mark your calendar and join us for the Riesel Fair, May 7th through 9th. The Riesel Fair, where memories are waiting just for you.
Spring has sprung, and now's a great time to schedule a checkup for your vehicle. As Texas weather changes, it's important to make sure you and your loved ones are safe on the road. Request an appointment online at CompleteCarCareCenter.com today. We're equipped to handle all major and minor repairs on your vehicle. Our experienced technicians can check the health of your tires and inspect your vehicle for any unseen issues. Kish Complete Car Care Center at 5300 Franklin, where we take pride in keeping individuals safe honestly.